Hello there, fine people of YouTube land. This is False Archangel, and I've been wanting to make this video for a really long time, but I just simply never got around to it. Because I'm busy and stuff, of course. You wouldn't know that by my millions of live streams at this point. Anywho, this is my tutorial on how to play the Pokemon trading card game. Hope you enjoy. If you think that this is like other card games like Magic, Vanguard, or Yu-Gi-Oh!, then you are sadly mistaken. However, this also isn't like the games where you battle Pokemon to get them weak enough to catch them inside Pokeballs. No, this is a lot different. It might seem hard to grasp at first, or hard to get for that matter, but once you play more and more games, then you'll slowly start to understand it. Of course, it also helps to have a friend who understands and knows how to play the game to help teach you. First things first, I'm going to explain the rules. Now, there are 3 ways to win the Pokemon trading card game. 1. Obtaining all 6 of your prize cards. 2. If you knock out all of your opponent's active Pokemon. And 3. If your opponent no longer has a card to draw from their deck. You have to have exactly 60 cards in your Pokemon TCG deck. In your deck, you should have Pokemon cards, trainer cards, and energy cards. You can only have 4 copies with the same name in your deck. Basic energy is the only exception to this rule, as you are allowed to have as many basic energy as you want in your deck. Special energy, however, like Prism energy for example, you are only allowed to have 4 in your deck. However, you are allowed to run 4 copies of Black Kyurem and 4 copies of Black Kyurem EX, seeing as they do not share the same name. Pokemon cards are the most important cards of the deck. In order for these Pokemon to be able to attack, you need to have certain energy cards attached to them. All Pokemon have a certain type, weakness, and resistance. The current Pokemon types, as of this video, are Grass, Fire, Water, Lightning, Psychic, Fighting, Darkness, Metal, Colorless, Dragon, and the new Fairy type. You can always tell what the Pokemon type is by the little icon on the top there. HP, or hit points, are how much damage a Pokemon can take before it is knocked out. The way you keep track of how much damage your Pokemon has taken is by putting damage counters on them, or simply by writing it down on a piece of paper. Weakness is what a Pokemon is weak to, and resistance is what a Pokemon is resistant to. Now, currently as of this video, weakness is always multiplied by 2, and resistance is always take away 20 damage. Now, keep in mind this weakness, and always pay attention to the little icon while you or your opponent is attacking. The retreat cost is how much energy you need to detach from your active Pokemon to switch it out with one of your benched Pokemon. Certain basic Pokemon can evolve into their bigger Stage 1 and Stage 2 forms, but only if the Pokemon on the top of the Stage 1 and Stage 2 card shows that it has a pre-evolution. For example, at the top of a Luxio card, it should say Stage 1, a picture of Shinx, and evolves from Shinx. The way you evolve a Pokemon is simply just placing a Stage 1 Pokemon onto its basic evolution, and same with Stage 2. However, a Pokemon has to be out for a full turn before you are allowed to evolve it. Any energy card attached to a Pokemon when you evolve it stays attached to it. Of course, I think that goes without saying. Abilities are power that certain Pokemon have. Abilities always tell you when they can be used and what they do. For example, Mew EX is versatile, can be used when it is attacking. You can use any of the moves that any Pokemon in play has, but you have to have the energy to use those attacks. Energy cards are basically the heart and soul of the deck. You need to attach energy cards to your Pokemon so that they can use their moves. However, you can only attach 1 energy card to your active Pokemon or to your bench Pokemon per turn. Depending on the icon, all depends on which energy needs to be attached. For example, if there is a water icon next to a Pokemon's move, then you need to attach water energy to that Pokemon. Some moves require more than 1 energy So always look at your Pokemon's moves. If there is a colorless icon next to a move, then any energy will do. Trainer cards perform various functions that affect the game. Some can remove damage counters from your Pokemon, remove energy from the opposing Pokemon, or even revive your Pokemon that have been knocked out. There are 5 different types of energy cards. Item cards are cards that can be used more than once per turn. Supporter cards are more powerful trainer cards that have amazing effects. However, you can only use one supporter card each turn. Tool cards like item cards can be used more than once per turn. However, unlike item cards, these cards are attached to your Pokemon like energy cards. Stadium cards are cards that stay between each player and offer different effects to certain Pokemon. If you have a stadium card in play, then your opponent can replace that stadium card with their own. However, you and your opponent cannot place a stadium card with the same name as the one that is out. Ace-Spec cards are the best type of trainer card in the game. These cards have some of the best effects in the game. Unlike most cards, however, you can only have a total 1 Ace-Spec card in your deck. For example, you can only have 1 Master Ball Ace-Spec card or 1 Teleporter Ace-Spec card in your deck, but you can't have both. One more thing I feel I should mention before I end this part off. In tournaments, you can only use cards from the sets Black and White and onwards for your deck. However, if you're just playing casually with your friends, you can use cards from any set. Hope you enjoy my video. I hope that this may at least makes you understand the trading card game at least a little more. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you really like my video, subscribe. And please consider watching my other videos, like my Pokemon Leaf Green Nuzlocke. Or my Rage Through of Castlevania. You know, your choice. Anywho, this is Foss Archangel, or Christian Campbell, signing out. Have a great day.